What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cork to Glory. This is episode number 33. And we start today's stuff by officially ending our third season at Turner's Cross on the back of a top 10 finish in our debut year in the Championship as we begin our second year in the second tier of English football as a brand new season gets underway today as we begin season 4. And to start the campaign off, we find out our budget as always initially, where once again, we got around £6 million in our budget. Yep, just like last season, it's around £6 million with wage budget alteration possibly around 5.75. So yeah, just like last season, practically the exact same amount of money for season 4. And I'd say that's probably right as well. We got a lot of tournament prize money for our finish in the Championship last year, but the board's skimming quite a bit off the top and giving us the same sort of budget as last season. Now, our objectives this season, as you can see, are to reach the round of 32 stage, the FA Cup. That's easy for Cork City, baby. Back-to-back last 16 trips in the last 2 seasons, getting knocked out by the big boys in the Premier League, Spurs and Liverpool. We're targeting that again. Last 16 once again. I want to be there once more, and possibly for the first time ever going into the quarterfinals. That'll be very tough, and of course it's all dependent on the draws we get, but last 16 is the minimum requirement for me this season. And also finishing mid-table in the Championship as well. Last season, of course, finished in 10th place in our debut season. That was a good year in my opinion. I know I kind of bottled it towards the end, bottled the playoffs, but it's still a decent season. 10th place in our debut year when we started off as a 2-star team. We grew 1.5 stars to 3.5 stars. I'll take a mid-table finish again, but I'll be honest here, this year I'm going for a playoff place. We missed out on it last season. I'm going for a top 6 finish and possibly sneaking in to an automatic promotion spot. Anything outside the playoffs and I'm calling this season a failure. We're now a 3.5-star team. We're one of the better teams in the division. It's time to be a top 6 playoff team minimum. So a brief look at the squad then, and as you can see, oh baby, I absolutely love to see it, and I know you guys do as well. 2 of our favourite players in this team, 2 club legends, 2 of the Season 1 sort of stars, and have been 2 of the first names on the team sheet every game we play. Barry Sharkey and Leo Yates have gone from no potential tag whatsoever to showing great potential, and this season they are both considered exciting prospects. Yep, it took a while for EA to recognise their true potential, but after all of those comments on their So FIFA pages, 66.83, 69.85, yeah, finally EA have recognised they deserve more potential. They are both now exciting prospects. I love them both to pieces, man. I absolutely love Barry and Leo, so they're both now exciting prospects. So running through the squad here, it's a fixed squad, 48 players in total, reasonably balanced depth to the team as well. And again, we are a 3.5-star team. I think this season will become a 4-star team. I do. I think we're probably like a few overall ratings away from becoming a 4-star team, but after growing 1.5 stars last season, you know, as we know, this team is young. The vast majority are still teenagers. There's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't become a 4-star team at some point during the season, and that'll make us one of the very best teams in the Championship. So again, despite the board objective being finishing mid-table, in my opinion, anything outside the playoffs is a massive failure. We were so close to doing it last season, so if we were close to doing it last season, there's no reason this year we can't do it. I would love to get an automatic promotion spot, top 2. That's definitely doable despite the difficulty of teams in this division, but playoffs is a bare minimum. So we also had quite a few players that deal to come the end of the year. There were some noteworthy ones as well, such as Patrick Keating, Eamon Cunningham, Rory Keenan, the captain as well. They all got pro deals. They all got contract extensions there. And I put quite a few players on the transfer list as well, including Kevin O'Connor, one of the Season 1 OGs. He's in his late 20s now, and is he late 20s or mid 20s? Well, anyway, he's in the final year of his contract. We've got far better centre halves here, so I'm fine letting him go. And also for new signings this season, we're going to go around £6 million in the budget. I did decide to bring one guy in on a free transfer. I planned to get this guy way back at the start of the series, but I just couldn't pull it off from Bournemouth. Thankfully, he was released in the summer by the Cherries, so I decided to snap him up on a free transfer. He's only 23 years old, but 67 rated. Gavin Kilkenny. I don't know how good his potential is going to be, but I think he's got 82 stamina, which is really helpful. And on a free transfer, I'll certainly take that. Regardless, we go around £6 million in the budget. Obviously, a little bit goes down after all the contract extensions and also signing Kilkenny as well. I did decide to make a big decision with the money this year. Now, just like 2 seasons ago when we hired Reese Press, I decided to go after another top-class youth scout to bolster our youth academy, where, of course, we're getting the vast majority of success for players for this Cork City team. And for the first time ever, we have got ourselves a 5-star scout. That's right, I fired the 1-star scout. I picked up Jacob Booth, 5-star. Cost us over half the budget, but I think it'll be worth every single penny. Sent him out to Ireland for 9 months, and I also sent the other 2 scouts out. Reese has gone to France for 6 months, and I actually have to apologise this as well, but I sent Aslak out to Denmark. It wasn't until after I did that I realised I actually scouted Denmark a couple of years ago, so sorry about that. I was trying to look for a Scandinavian nation I hadn't scouted, and I was thinking, had I scouted Sweden or Denmark? I couldn't remember which one it was. I thought it was Sweden I scouted a couple of years ago. In fact, it was Denmark, so I sent him back out to Denmark. But next time around, I'll definitely make sure it's Sweden. Again, we're spreading our scouts out very gradually through the world right now, going away from the British Isles and Ireland, of course, keeping one in Ireland, of course. But sorry about that. I know we scouted Denmark before, but next time I promise I'll scout Sweden instead. But also, we had 2 bids for 2 of our star players to start the transfer window off as well. They were probably our 2 best players of the season last year. Eamon Cunningham wanted by Benfica. He just signed a 5-year extension, lad, so hands off, he's going nowhere. And also Spurs wanted Samuel Belbel, which I thought was really interesting indeed. Mourinho knows how good the Cameroonian kid is, but he's a fan favourite here, our top scorer of the past 2 years. He's going nowhere. We did sell a couple of players though, including O'Connor, one of the Season 1 OGs, to CD Lugo, and that pushes our bank balance up to around 1.5 million. So yeah, we've spent the vast majority of our money on the youth scout and sending the scouts out, but anyway, there's still a little bit of money to work with as we now into August. You see our first 6 fixtures coming this season. Norwich at home is our first game in the Championship this season, and the one thing I definitely want to do this season as well, outside of, you know, the main objective of finishing in the playoffs or pushing for a top 2 place, is be better away from home. Our first away day this season is going to be at the Medeski against the Royals, Andy Renamotta's Reading. Yeah, I'll say this right now. Last season, one of the big reasons why we missed out on the playoffs is because we had the worst, if not the second worst, away record in the division. We only won 4 times away from home in the Championship last year in 23 attempts. That is not going to get you in the playoffs, and it's probably the main reason we missed out the playoffs last year. So this season even, whilst I do want to have a really great home record at Turner's Cross, winning away from home a lot more regularly than last season is a mandatory requirement. I want at least 10 away victories this season, and that's not even half the away games you play. So I'm not asking for too much here, but after last season, yeah, we got to start winning more games in England and also in Wales as well. So a brief look here at the academy. You can see I haven't promoted Luke yet, but he will be getting a pro deal very soon, probably outside the transfer window. And also as well, I decided to make a big decision heading into the first game of the season as well. I touched on it in the last episode. I know when I made Rory Keane captain, a lot of you guys were saying, you know, you love Keenan, as do I, one of my favourite players in the team, but it should have been someone else. It should have been the OG. It should have been the first ever player that came through the Cork City Academy. A club legend, a fan favourite, Barry Sharkey. And I sat Rory down. I said, listen, after last season missing out on the playoffs, you went away on international duty and missed some key games for us. I can't be having that from my captain, bro. And he was like, do you know what? I love this team so much. I love my bros. I love my teammates. I think we should give the armband to Sharky. So yeah, Sharky takes the armband for season 4. Let's see if it proves to be the right decision or not. I know it's totally trivial, but it's still quite fun. But yeah, Sharky takes the armband. Keenan now drops to vice captain, and yeah, I've decided to go with what a lot of you guys wanted me to do initially. Yeah, we'll see how Sharky gets on in his first season as captain of Cork City. So for the first game of the season, then it would indeed be at Turner's Cross against the Canaries, taking on Norwich City here in Sharky. He almost got an assist 20 minutes into the game as well, as it was still goalless. But right from the first whistle, I was in attack mode. I was aggressive. I was looking for an early goal, and we got one as well. 27 minutes in. I think it's the first goal for the club, and certainly the first goal of the season for Patrick Keating. Yes, as we know, he was officially, or well, I should say originally called the Chosen One when he was the first ever player to show great potential. He's lost that tag, but he's still been a fantastic player for us in this team, transitioning from holding mid to right back. He's really come into his own alone in that role as he now wears the number 2. Gets the first goal of the season, makes it 1-0, and we get goal number 2 in minute 42, right before the break, and it's that man, once again, why we rejected that bid from Spurs and why Mourinho is not going to take the Cameroonian kid. So good they named him twice. Samuel Bell doubles our lead right before the break in a fantastic first half. Just past the Almut though, Hugo would make it 2-1. Norwich half in a deficit and getting right back in the game. And I was thinking, man oh man, we've choked quite a few leads last season in the Championship, particularly in our away games, but on the opening day, I don't want to choke away a 2-goal lead and fail to win this one. So right from kickoff, oh, what a way to start, baby. Yep, down the left-hand side, played a 1-2 with Ethan Elliott with Barry Sharkey, and as the number 3 goes through 1-on-1, I'll be totally honest here, guys. My heart was beating so goddamn quickly. It was just ridiculous, man. I was thinking, please don't mess this up. Sharky going 1-on-1. I felt the pressure, I felt the nerves, but Barry never does. Fan favourite, club legend, first man out of the academy, new Cork City captain, Barry Sharkey, wraps the points up and restores our 2-goal cushion. Final score, Cork City 3, Norwich City 1, and what a way to start off your first game as official club captain of your boyhood club, scoring a goal and what would prove to be the dagger. But that was this episode of Cork to Glory, guys. Big thank you for watching, you have enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed the season opening, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the very next episode featuring transfer deadline day of around 1.5 million and the rest of the fixtures in August as well. Very soon.